Born into a line of master alchemists, young Mac took nothing seriously.
Okay, good. Good.
Least of all, the family business. But one tragic night,
Quiet. Is it?
he would pay the price for his reckless ways.
I love this sort of like pseudo-animated type of
Having lost everyone
art style.
he loved, Mac turned his back on the world
I put that as a middle ground.
and took a terrible vow. He would uncover the forbidden secret of alchemy. The power over death itself. He would give his whole life to the search, and if one life was not enough, he would live as many as it took to atone for his mistake. He would bring his family back. After centuries of study, he was getting close. Every clue pointed in one direction. He would find the formula of life in the twisting streets of the Bazaar.
Oh.
Mac is a living library of arcane knowledge.
Okay, can I just have a quick little critique? This looks really out of place here. Can we just, like, move it up or down?
But 500 years of relentless pursuit has left him a little cold. You are merely a
It'll probably look better when there's more things, but
I've studied for this.
it'll look good with the fifth one. Yeah, sure.
There is always a price for knowledge. You have just paid it.
You're really
Skill there.
scary.
Despite Mac's
Frozen Fire. When you freeze, gains 4 burn, 5-second cooldown on a large item. First time you fall below half health, freeze all enemy items for 1 second. Huh. Interesting. That's a silver item? Silver item.
There are some in the Bazaar who may try to melt the ice.
Like with Black Eyes. Was Black Eyes a
okay
Mac
to
item?
work with others, Mac. We're all connected. You have your recipes, I have.
Yeah, this character might be like what Freeze Pig is trying to do, just with instead of it being a couple expansion cards making it work, like more of his card pool is built around doing that kind of stuff. I did like playing Freeze Pig. Feast your lifesteal weapons for 1 second. One of your weapons gains lifesteal for the fight. Huh. That's a lot of value on a bronze.
Mine. We can help each other.
One Slack Crow's Nest. I mean, it doesn't give crit, but yeah, kinda.
Vanessa, she is the only one who
I
might.
just skipped an item completely. When your enemy takes damage, this gains 4 damage for the fight. 13-second cooldown. Yeah, you can't evaluate this without knowing other cards. Poison is an extra 1 damage per second if you just throw, like, all poison on them. Like, the idea with this is gonna be, you're gonna haste it, and you're gonna try to have, like, a 9-second clock with it. I don't know how easy it is to scale this up fast enough, though.
Consider training Vanessa. She
Yeah, like, poison and burn would be 3 per second. So 12 extra damage on this per second. 13 seconds is brutal. but it just depends how big it gets. Like, if you get like a 4-second haste on it and keep it hasted, it's going off at like 9-ish seconds, which is reasonable in the early mid-game. It's a silver item.
Is the only one who matches it.
Bottled Tornado. Oh. The Sandstorm begins. Sandstorm does damage fast, right? Is it every point too? You take Sandstorm damage? So if you've got Poison and Burn and Sandstorm going, that's 8 ticks per second? That's a cool item. We haven't seen any defenses yet, right? If you want to start Sandstorm, you're gonna want defenses to survive the Sandstorm.
Is my intensity.
I don't trust magic
You
or
scared?
anyone who uses it.
A free lesson if you can understand it.
Stuff's happening.
Oh, my dear Mac, such a serious young man. You are by far my most gifted student.
We get to see the skills? What is this? First time you would die each fight, heal for 1, take no damage for 1 second. Why is this a gold item? Isn't this just like the shittiest life preserver? I have to be missing something. Like, you're guaranteed to live a second. Life Preserver doesn't have that same guarantee, but... No, it has to be on board. There's things that trigger on death? Yeah, maybe.
Can be curses.
That's fair. Extra 2 seconds of life at Diamond.
Mac has lost much in his long life, perhaps including his heart. But here in the Bazaar, surrounded by color and joy, oh, he might.
Runic Blade. Deal 40 damage, 100% crit chance, 12-second cooldown. When you crit, double this item's damage for the fight. Lifesteal. Well, it's a new crane. Yeah, 12 is a lot of seconds. It depends how easy it is to speed this thing up. But there's another thing that puts a hard cap on the length of the fight. There's a lot of problems you have to solve for it, though. You need to solve crit on your whole board. You need to have fast items to that crit so this triggers. You need to survive to get this thing to activate. Notably, shield can crit. Heal can crit. Like, you can play a bunch of shield and healing items, have those crit, and then have this go off. Oh yeah, it has full crit. Does it actually have full crit, or is this the skills giving it full crit?
Just to recover some humanity.
Joy, it's Jules' mechanic. We don't know what it does yet.
Well, I'll admit, that was impressive.
Just has full crit.
My home burned. My family gone. Because of my mistake. But I will not accept it. I will find the formula of life. I will bring them back.
Got an album. Cool. So I know there's a spreadsheet here. I did briefly run through this. Did we miss anything? I missed this one. Hourglass. Adjacent items have their cooldowns reduced by 4%. Depending on how that scales. There's a big difference between this going from, like, 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 to it going, like, 4, 8, 12, 16. It's a generic double-sided silencer. Tell you about the explosive computer. There's a command, exclamation point computer. Did he show up in the video? I don't remember seeing any of these. Infinite potion. Gain 1 regen for the fight, reload. And regen can crit now. We've got a 3-second cooldown thing that can potentially gain crit while being somewhat defensive. Or 8, 12, 16. Police adjusters cap out at 12. Yeah, I don't know. I would say you're probably right. It's just that it's weird that 3 seconds is what passes as a fast item nowadays. Because 3 seconds is still kind of slow. Yeah, if there's things that, like, trigger on reload, that gets more interesting. Trigger on gaining regen. Easelpede. Use 1 item for 1 second every 6 seconds. While the enemy has poison, this has +1 multicast. An easier condition to fill than Snow Globe. I would assume that it scales the same way as Snow Globe, getting 0.5 per level. It doesn't go up to 3 multicast, though, like Snow Globe can. Snow Globe 7 seconds. Snow Globe has been nerfed, that's true. The ability to put arbitrary things next to it, compared to Snow Globe being, like, you're required to put properties next to it, is kind of a big deal. You've got more items like Hourglass to speed it up. Like, you can't really phonograph a Snow Globe. You could phonograph a Weaselpede. Not sure how much that's going to matter on this character, but something to keep in mind. One of the reasons why Snow Globe's a bit worse than it reads. Fireflies. Burn 3. When you slow, this gains +1 burn for the fight. Isn't this a Vanessa item? Isn't this Mantis Shrimp? Sure. Yeah, it just depends how easy it is to slow. Like, something with a cooldown this long is probably going to be more of an early game item, and you're just not going to have that many slows in the early game. I don't see this being very good. Like, a big reason why Steam Ladle is so good on Pig is even though freezes are harder to come by, the 4-second cooldown versus, well, a 9-second cooldown is such a big deal. Especially with burn skills applying so much flat burn to things, you really just want your burn items to have quick cooldowns. Where's the spreadsheet? Right here. Oop, Flail. Deal 1 damage, poison equal to this item's damage. Multicast 3. I mean, the obvious thing to compare this to is just Blowgun. And Blowgun is pretty unplayable. This is slightly effectively faster than Blowgun, but early poisons are better than late poisons. Dragon's Breath. Another 12-second cooldown burn item. When you use an adjacent or dragon item, this gains +6 burn for the fight. Yeah, I recognize this item. This one's in-game already. This has the issue of being a 12-second cooldown. 1 ammo, too. Not that that matters too much when you're a 12-second cooldown, but... I don't know, the way we see Depth Charge getting played, like, there is a difference between having ammo even on these long cooldowns. If you get that on Vanessa, do you think it would be playable in a one-weapon build? This thing? No, for the same reason that you don't play Blowgun. Handle. Whoa! It's Matchbox! It's Matchbox! Burn 8. When you use a small item, charge this 2 seconds. Depth Charge usually ends at 67 CD, though. Yeah, but if you're playing this, you're trying to do the same thing with Dragon's Breath as well. It's pretty hard to make an item that doesn't activate for 12 seconds ever be playable. I guess part of why the multicast matters, too, is because the freeze on Depth Charge buys you time to use it multiple times. It's a better Microdave. I guess that's a more apt comparison. It is medium and only triggers on smalls. So you've seen a 3-second item that triggers this. I don't know, depends how many other fast small smack he gets. It seems like he doesn't get a lot of fast things. The items that we've seen have all kind of been the opposite. Everything is very slow. Bottled Tornado. The sandstorm begins. So ever since we've been scrolling through this, we haven't really seen any defensive items, right? Like, what is keeping you alive in Sandstorm when you trigger this? Shield Potion? If you end the fight fast, running out of ammo isn't as big of a deal. It's lower down. Regen, I guess. How much regen are we getting? Secret Formula. 12-second cooldown. Gain 4 regen for the fight. The item to the left of this has burn equal to your regeneration. The item to the right of this has poison equal to your regeneration. Okay. That's a way to stack a bunch of burn on candles. You're getting regen already from the infinite potion that you're probably playing, because this thing's just fast. There are skills that just randomly give you 10 and 20 regen. It's what, a silver skill that gives 10 regen? Random events make it pretty easy. Oh! God, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah. You just, like, get 5 regen. Pretty commonly, starting from day 1. That's much better than trying to find Artisan Dunes. You see way more big bites than you see Artisan Dunes. It's Secret Formula on Pig with a regen sign. Yeah, there's some cross-class shenanigans, for sure. This is multiple gold skills baked into an item. Yeah. Kind of depends what you mean. Like, it's turning your regen into burn. You still have to build up the regen. Like, things that require other things are going to be stronger than something that just says, give 9 burn. It just feels weird because, like, give 9 burn skills are already so strong. Like, burn items are kind of balanced around those existing. Poison burn to start the sandstorm early seems kind of wonky. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, depending on how you think about it. So if you think of all of the dots play well with defenses, so that's a reason where there's overlap. But also the things that care about damage ticks that we saw earlier also care about poison burn and sandstorm. Like, it all kind of comes together and makes sense. Show Globe. Burn 3, gain 3 regen. When you use a potion, this gains 1 burn, 1 regen. So you can make this fast. This is another thing you could secret formula. There's a way to, like, phonograph it to 3 seconds. Scale's pretty crazy. We're still not seeing the defenses, though, other than some random regen. Potion Distillery. Your potions have +1 ammo. When you use a potion, haste it for 1 second. At the start of each day, get a potion. Starts at bronze. Huh. Wonder how many potions start at bronze versus silver. If this, like, lets you try to dupe some important potions. Probably not putting it in play. Probably just playing it like a fishing rod. I could be wrong. Shrinking Potion. Reduce your enemy's max health by 10% for the fight. You get diminishing returns on each activation, right? 4-second cooldown. I dig the item. I guess this is silver. Depending on what the numbers are at higher tiers, it could be good into pig. HP also bricks his bonk damage. For some of the builds. It depends what state we're gonna leave Fixer Upper in. Like, most of the scary late game pigs are not Lion Cane bonks, they're just Fixer Uppers. I would expect there to be some change to Fixer Upper, whether that's in Ledger or Ledger End Customer Card or Ledger End Customer Card End VIP Pass. But yeah, I don't know. Runic Potion. Yeah, we counted this on the video. Like a 1-space crow's nest that doesn't give crit. We've been seeing all these dot things. There were some cool weapons in the video. We've got, like, it's sort of like Vanessa, where you've got 2 halves. You've got the dot half, that's like the aquatics, and then you've got the weapon half with Shrinking Potion and the Runic Potion and the Runic stuff. Voice activated how Bazaar? Yeah. It's pulling the images from Bazaar DB. They were a little bit cleaner. Show on screen. Frozen Fire. When Freeze, this gains 4 burn for the fight. First time you fall below half health, freeze all enemy items. Yeah. 5-second cooldowns. Pretty fast for an item that scales like this. It is large. It is 3 times the size of Steam Ladle, but it comes with its own freezes. It's a crow's nest, but you're not obligated to have only 1 item to sustain. Yeah, true. Just if you got items, other weapons with lifesteal, you can haste those while giving another thing lifesteal. Letter opener. Didn't see this one in the video. Deal 10 damage. This loses 25% crit chance for the fight. 100% crit chance. What? It's not even that fast. A couple of guaranteed crits. Runic Blade Enabler. Guess that makes sense. Something to get a couple of guaranteed crits before you've got full crit online on the rest of your board. Quicksilver. I don't know what the fuck this means. Transform into a random small item you have for the fight. But it just becomes one of your other small items, so you can dupe whatever if you're only playing one small item. Hourglass? Random. Yeah, but if you're only playing one small item, it's not random. You're probably going to want it to be deterministic most of the time. Mirror. Transform into the medium item to the left of this for the fight. Wait. Transform into the medium item to the left of this. So it can skip over things. This buffs the item to the left. And then this would need to be... It only buffs one thing anyway. Spaghetti. Oh, is it the same wording as Silencer? Oh, never mind. Never mind. It does have to be direct. Oil Lantern. When you gain regen, charge this 2 seconds. Another one of these? Huh. What ways do we have of gaining regen? Joe Globe. Formula doesn't really gain regen. Really just been the infinite potion so far, right? Not bad. The thing is, you're gonna need more than infinite potion. Like, that alone is not making you want to play a 10-second cooldown thing that charges. Ice Claw. Deal 50 damage. Freeze one item for 1 second. When you freeze, this gains 20 damage. Sure. 9-second cooldown. Adorable. Just like bad Ice Pick. Guess it can freeze any size. Wait, Ice Pick can also freeze any size now, right? Am I dreaming that change? Yeah, it's just bad Ice Pick. Laboratory. Enchant a non-enchanted item for the fight. Just some random enchantment. Charge your enchanted items 1 second. Increase this item's cooldown by 1 second for the fight. What is this? This claw confirmed to be freeze 1, 2, 3, 4 item. Okay, that's a big difference. That's a big difference. Three, then 4, then 5. Yeah, it enchants on cooldowns. This can enchant your whole board. What do enchants on it do? Do we know? It's on Bazaar DB. No. Does a diamond. You seem at least 2-second charge. I would guess this goes up by 1 and everything else stays the same. Oh. Chaotic will break combos? Well, it won't break your combos because it doesn't enchant your enchanted items. Unless you're playing something that revolves around having exactly one weapon in play, enchants don't usually brick your comp. Swapping enchantments can, but as long as it doesn't swap enchants. It's very random. Kind of. Definitely a lot of nonsense with the first part of the effect. I don't know. It is a little less random than it looks. Like, there's a lot of enchants that kind of do the same thing. Like, Burn's generally better than Poison, but Poison, Burn, Obsidian all just sort of add damage to your board. Shield and heal or sustain. I still feel pretty bad to get random Goldens. All the enchants end up being free. Oh, that's gonna be a tilter. Yeah. That's gonna happen. I would guess the enchanted version of this enchants non-enchanted with the same enchant the lab has. That would be my guess. Which would be a way to get like a full board of fiery or whatever. A bit broken. Would it be? I don't think so. I think lab would fall on. Assuming that it starts at gold. You're probably not going to see this before your level 10 enchant most of the time. It's like whenever you think the time you start seeing robotics factories or shipwrecks. In that tier. Runic Blade. This thing's sweet. 12-second cooldown is a long time, but it's like Crane, but for your entire board. And a big reason why Crane doesn't work a lot of the time is you can't put a silencer next to Crane because it bricks half your scaling, or you can't put a phonograph next to Crane because it bricks half your scaling. This requires you to have crit on your board, but it doesn't really care what you're critting with. You can crit with random small items. You don't need to put medium or large items on the board just to scale it. Like, you can just play a bunch of fast smalls that have crit chance, and the Runic Blade gets big. Milton Lifesteal gets you a second shot. Yeah, potentially. Potentially. I'm a bit surprised they didn't make something like this an ammo item. I guess it doesn't make a whole lot of sense with the flavor of being a sword, but... CC'd at all, you're pretty sad. I mean, you're playing it with a bunch of other actives. It's not likely to get CC'd, right? It's not like a boulder where you want to be putting, like, silencers and... I guess there's a lot of active items on boulders specifically. It's not like Crow's Nest War is, where you want to be playing, like, swashbuckles and crow's nests and silencers. Like, you want to have actives that crit to scale this. And if your crits are defensive items to keep you alive for the Runic Blade, it all kind of just meshes together, right? It's not like the crits have to be from weapons. Staff of the Moose. The first time you fall below half health each fight, you take no damage for 1 second and gain 25 regeneration for the fight. Your weapons have plus damage equal to 1 times your regen. Whoa, wait. Whoa, wait. This starts at silver? Okay, how do we gain a ton of regen? Bad regen payoff until you get the nuts ones? This is not a bad regen payoff. That is a lot of damage. When you hit half health, it becomes a figurehead. Not counting all the times that you just big bite up some regen or any other regen scaling that you have. Yeah, Ritual Blade can give you a bunch of regen. A lot of cooldown reduction that you have to solve there, but... if it scales, I would expect just the damage goes up, but... maybe the amount of regen that it gives you goes up too. I'd be surprised if the bottom text sped up. Or, Priest. Blade finally meta. I don't know, Ritual Blade has the problem of being really slow, but it does play pretty well with items like this. It's kind of weird, because when you have a bunch of flat damage, you do want to be bursty. Because the big appeal of just doing red damage instead of burn or poison is that the damage comes out faster. It's weird to be a slow red damage build. To make the random events of gain regen equal to level way stronger. Yeah. Like, if you want to get regen, there are ways to get a lot of regen. That's before we're even thinking about max-specific ways to do it. Defensive layer is regen and lifesteal items. Yeah, maybe. Memento Mori. Yeah, this just strikes me as a bad life preserver that starts at gold. There might be something that makes this make sense, but I don't think we've seen it yet. Poppy Field we know about. This got changed in the most recent patch. Your weapons have plus damage equal to the poison on your enemy. Haven't seen any fast weapons on Mac to trigger this quick, right? Build has been nuts. I feel like Poppy Field is better on Vanessa than it will be on Mac from what we've seen so far. He doesn't get like the 3-second cooldowns, the 4-second cooldowns on weapons that Vanessa does. Basilisk Fang is max item? Is it? Maybe he does. It's a Mac item. It starts at gold, but it's a Mac item. Oh, it's a 4-second cooldown now, though. Not really that fast. Pendulum loses the crit chance. That makes sense. This seemed like it was balanced around being a monster drop. It did a little bit too much for something that you can just expect to buy. Like, as it is now, it's like a 2-way fiber optics. That's worth a medium slot. Like, I thought Pendulum was... I misread Pendulum initially. I thought it just gave 10% crit chance as a static, not whenever you used the adjacent items, and I still thought Pendulum was nuts, so... Item's still very good. It's just another metronome? No, charge is very different. You can, like, stack charge with haste. You can overhaste things. You can overcharge things, but you're not going to usually overcharge things with, like, 1 or 2 second increments of charge. Yeah, like, it's a lot closer to, like, a 2-size fiber optics. But it's a 2-size fiber optics that charges both halves of it, rather than only one side charging the other. It's like the difference between the Mac version of Metronome and Metronome. Pendulum is make or break high roll item. I don't know. Maybe. It's definitely really strong. Definitely really strong. Yeah, Catalyst. Catalyst. Potion. Oh, this isn't even a... Okay. I don't care about the speculations. This is not a guess, though. Wait. Poison 8, gain 1 multicast per adjacent reagent. Yeah, that doesn't tell me very much. But another cooldown on it. That's not helpful. Heal to full health. Makes sense with that amount of heal. Potion. Shown transforming potions after activating it in the video. Okay. That looks sick. I hope it's good. I saw the name and I was like, wait, how is the Staff of the Viper? That's just a mushroom. There's the snakehead. Just got guesses on the skills. Origins look cool. like all of these skins. I don't have any like really stand out, but they're all kind of nice. Of course, they would give a freeze potion a skin. Do you think they designed this before or after freeze potion Vanessa terrorized everybody? And theoretically, the free ranks ticket is back. Cool. Okay. Vibe of Mac more than all the other characters. Feels like he takes himself more seriously. I don't know. We don't really have lore videos for the other characters like we do Mac, right? Like, maybe they do take themselves more seriously, we're just not... Like, we're only familiar with the sillier side that you see through the skins. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. Be back in like 2 minutes. When we get back, we will play some more Dually. Hope you guys stick